I feel like there's going to be a lot of progress financially for you, but Spirit is wanting you to make the proper choices. So a lot of times we manifest increase or we're just gifted some type of increase. But we take that money, we spend it on things, and then when it's time to have something to show for it, we don't necessarily have it. So just be very mindful to carefully review all of the options that you're taking. If you're guided right now to do something within business, do take your money and put it into that. Also, if you do or when you do start getting some type of increase financially, make sure that you're pouring it into something that's going to invest, like allowing your money to grow. But wise choices with money, setting up is meeting a banker, maybe setting up some CD accounts. You might want to do life insurance policies to where they work in your favor. A lot of people leverage life insurance and things like that. But having different accounts, financial literacy, connecting with people that know things in regards to how to have your money work for you in certain ways. Different investments are very important at this time, or to start at least seeking knowledge out or wise counsel with how to like kind of approach this. There's going to be a lot of different increases within money, but it's going to be up to you to like upkeep it. A lot of things could definitely be trial and error or unknown territory. There could be a lack of financial literacy. This does not mean you're dumb. It just may mean that you don't know a lot of ways where your money could work for itself. A lot of ways that you can make money or allow your money to work for you without having to go in and do like deep like actual work, but searching out some type of financial resources so that you can find out ways that your money could work for you. This can also be like with building a business, finding out ways where you don't necessarily have to come up with the capital, but where the bank is working in your favor. So this is getting an LLC. This is getting a virtual office, having your I's dotted and your T's crossed so they look at you, even though you haven't necessarily been in business for a long time. Starting to activate this because they do look at the business life and how long you've had everything, but they also look at how structured everything is. So you want to appeal to banks and allow them to like have this trust for you, even though your business hasn't necessarily been an LLC or stable for a very long time. So just having everything else pretty much checked out and doing your research, connecting, delegating to people who may be a little bit more grounded in certain things that you may not have as much literacy on, so that you can kind of like instant approvals or some type of leniency when it comes to trying to get increases financially, like grants, credit, things like that, loans. I feel like it's all about your decisions as well as you're granted. I do see you being granted several different opportunities financially, but also making objective decisions when you get these funds, making sure that you're putting the profits back into your business as well. I do see there definitely being some type of independence, some type of abundance that's coming into you. But Spirit wants you to not be scared to, a lot of times we're like, oh, if I could just have $500 just to start my business. And then you get a loan for $10,000 and you're like, oh, I don't want to spend, that's $20. I don't want to delegate there. Spirit doesn't want you to be too frivolous or whatever in regards to what you're spending on your business, but taking risks, but just making sure that before taking risks, you're grounded within your decisions. There's going to be some type of contractual agreement that you're going to be gifted. Spirit wants you to make sure that you're not necessarily so focused on paying it off immediately, but allowing your money to work for you so you can get to a point to where you can pay it off in full, but more so taking baby steps and taking your profits and putting them back in. You might not necessarily be able to pay it up for a while, but you will get to a point to where you're going to be able to pay off whatever it is that you receive. But I do feel like there will be some type of contractual agreement that offers you some type of increase to help you with your startup costs. There's something important about you seeking out counsel from like a banker or somebody that's financially equipped with like financial terms and things like that. This can be to help you structure your LLC or like your business accounts or something like that. A lot of people think that they need LLCs, but sometimes it's that you want, depending on your end goal, you might want an S corp or a C corp. So somebody that you can like truly go to that's going to help lead you and guide you so that you make the proper decisions when it comes to like your structure. It's something about the structure, whether it be of your accounts, your LLC, or the way that you're ordering your products or the people that you're hiring, something about some type of legalities that you should be mindful of. Also, when you make your LLC, you want to make sure that it's not specific. So you don't want to do, there are certain industries that are flagged. So if you do transportation, if you do beauty, if you do certain industries, they automatically decrease with their willingness to give or offer you. So you want to make sure that you have a very general LLC name. It does not need to be in specific. It just needs to be kind of general to where they can't put you in a box and say, you know, like with beauty, a lot of times they're like, oh, a bitch with a hair business. With counseling or not accounting, what is it, tax service, they put you in a box with that, you know what I'm saying? So making sure that this can also be why this emperor energy, this guide is needed, so that you can have some type of assistance with things that you may not necessarily know could be harmful to how you structure your business, so that you can optimize how much you can receive. Like some people, transportation company, a lot of times they know that with transportation company comes high liabilities. So they're not, it's a risk. It's a high risk. So beauty can definitely be high risk. They want to see something that yields a high return. And a lot of these different industries, a lot of people get a whole bunch of inventory, or they get a whole bunch of cash flow and they never show anything like on paper. So just being mindful to, when you're naming like your LLC, to not be too specific to where it puts you like in a high risk industry. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna have to collaborate. There's gonna be a heavy need for collaboration, or something like that, to even get you to the place to where you're confident in the decisions you're making. A lot of times when we're just reading shit on Google and then we making moves, we're like, oh my gosh, is it gonna work? Am I gonna do it right? Did I do it right? It kind of gives you that confidence. And you're doing things in alignment when you do have that wise counsel surrounding you. It says you have the resources, or you have the ability to manifest them. So definitely needing some type of resource or guide to help you structure things properly, and to help you be confident with the decisions that you're making. The Eight of Fire, I feel like things are going to be moving or have the ability to move at a fast pace. So don't restrict yourself based off of what you feel like you're able to do or understand. It's a high energy here of needing to delegate. There can be a lot of blockages and barriers when it comes to like movement forward, and there can be a lot of like challenges, okay? And it's not necessarily these are challenges. It's just leaning on your own independence and your own expertise may definitely cause it to be more challenging than it needs to be. So having somebody else from the outskirts that is educated, and I'm not saying you're not intelligent. I'm just saying it's a new leap of faith that you're taking, and it'll give you so much more confidence to have somebody. I also kind of get lawyer vibes in order to help you facilitate what it is that you're trying to bring in. This can also be you going on Fiverr and getting somebody that, you know, is so much cheaper because these people are overseas. They've helped multiple people with their businesses, or these are people that do this every day. So this can just be like a cheaper option for you to be able to obtain what it is that you're trying to achieve without having so much trial and error, because trial and error is very costly. Okay. And being cheap is also very costly. A lot of times we're like, oh, I'm just going to take this option because it's cheapest. And then we get stuck in the option and it's like, damn, I would have now I'm spending money. I done spent money on this, but I got to go back and correct what they did. So not being, too cautious or frivolous is the word with your money, like making sure that you're making government decisions, intuitive decisions, making connections, looking at people's records and going from there. Yeah, I feel like the moment that you kind of start, sometimes it gives me the vibe of sometimes we're so close to the picture and we're thinking so deep outside the box, and the answer is really inside the box. We think that we got to think so outside the box, but Spirit wants you to not be so outside of the box to where you're neglecting the basics and the core lessons, okay? I feel like that's where you're going to have forward movement, when you're not thinking so far outside the box. But look, literally it talks about objective decision making, and then I have the High Priestess in reverse. If it don't feel right, it's not right, friend. If you have second doubts about something, you need to seek out wise counsel. If you don't feel like you're confident in the decision that you're making, seek out wise counsel. If you don't feel confident in the decisions that you're making, it's not a decision that needs to be made. Don't block your intuition or put things on the back burner because you lack some type of understanding in regards to something.